John, what's been happening since this ceasefire came into effect?
Well, Gemma, it appears that both sides are violating the ceasefire to an extent. Certainly things are better, as the US spokesman said, than they were during the war. Both sides appear to be breaking it to an extent, and it appears, if you're looking at all the available material, that the Israelis appear to be breaching it significantly more than Hezbollah are. But again, it's difficult. It's always tit for tat, claim and counterclaim, and it's often impossible to tell for sure. But there is a significant amount of cross-border firing going on. But as I say, it's certainly less than it was.
And what did the ceasefire stipulate apart from that?
Essentially, it's created 60 days in which both sides, Israel and Hezbollah, should vacate all of that part of southern Lebanon, south of the Litani River. So the Israeli army over those 60 days should retreat back into Israel, and the Hezbollah fighters should move north of that line. And during that time, the Lebanese army should come in, and with UNIFIL, the United Nations organisation, they should try to ensure that Hezbollah and the Israeli army don't come into that space, so that it creates the buffer zone, allowing the Lebanese people, about 1.2 million or so Lebanese, have been displaced since this war began 2 months ago, and 60,000 or so Israelis left the north of Israel once Hezbollah began firing rockets on October 7 last year in support of Hamas in Gaza.
So what is each side saying about the other's actions, and how might they continue to respond to this?
Each side is saying it's the other one's fault. The Israelis are admitting that they have been hitting some targets. They are saying that that is because they're adhering to the agreement, which was that Hezbollah would cease military activities in that part of southern Lebanon. They are saying that they are hitting Hezbollah targets and Hezbollah weapons supplies that are breaching the agreement, that haven't been moved out of the area. And in contrast, the Lebanese are saying, the Lebanese army as well as Hezbollah, that the Israeli drones, for example, which are continuing to be a presence over Beirut, that they are still there and that they should retreat. They should not be a constant companion in Beirut as they have been for the last few weeks.
So where does this leave the ceasefire agreement?
It means that it's certainly fragile. It's not completely over. It's better now, the situation, than it was. However, people are still being killed. Rockets and fear is still happening on both sides, and so it leaves it fairly precarious. The United States, though, appears to be, and France appear to be very concerned about this, and appear to be saying to Israel, the United States appears to have said to Israel, you must stop whatever these in violations are, or these alleged violations. It looks like the United States, the Special Envoy Amos Hochstein, has written to the Israelis and said, we are very concerned about what's going on here.
Yeah, because it was the US and France that helped broker this deal. Now, those are words from the US at this point. Could they respond, and how?
Well, they are concerned. CNN is reporting that both the US and French governments believe the Israeli military have violated the terms of the ceasefire. That's CNN. And the Times of Israel and other Israeli media, the Times of Israel are reporting that Israel has accused Israel of 52 separate ceasefire violations. So the French and the United States can only put moral pressure, will only put moral pressure on the Israelis on both sides, and it's up to the Lebanese government as well, and UNIFIL, to try to make sure that there are no Hezbollah fighters, and that if they are in that area and are engaging, that they should then move further north according to this agreement.
John Lyons, our Global Affairs Editor. Thank you.